Imagine that there was a type of Fiverr gig that recently experienced a 60,000% boost in interest. Wouldn't you want to know about it so that you could capitalize on that type of gig? Well, there are some Fiverr gigs that right now are experiencing a huge boost in interest, some even to the tune of over 60,000%, a 60,000% increase. That is a lot of interest. And the beauty of this is that Fiverr makes this information public. The data is 100% available to you for you to tap into so you can capitalize on really hot Fiverr gig categories. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to go through together the latest Fiverr Business Trends Index. I'm going to talk through it, do a screen share, and give you my thoughts on some of these different categories and what it might mean for you as someone trying to make money online by selling on Fiverr. Let's get into it, but real quick, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos like this one every week. All right, so this is the Spring 2023 Business Trends Index. If you look at the bottom right here, Fiverr Business Trends Index analyzes data from the millions of searches across the platform to identify services that have seen significant increases in search over the past 6 months compared to the previous 6 months. To better capture newly emerging trends for this edition of the Business Trends Index, included terms did not need to have a minimum search quantity in the first 6 months. However, they needed to have at least 1,000 searches in the second 6-month period. Previous editions of the index required that searches have at least 5,000 searches in the first period. Okay, so this is the index. Basically how it's broken out. And guys, I'll link to this in the description so you can all check it out. There's 3 main global trends that Fiverr's identified, and then country-specific data. So this first one is the one that I mentioned earlier in the video. Expanding short-form video content on social. So there was a 64,624% increase in search interest as it relates to YouTube Shorts. A 4,760% interest boost, in Instagram Reel editors, and then a 1,400% boost in searches for TikTok managers. So what does this tell me? This tells me that YouTube's push to compete against TikTok with YouTube Shorts, and then creators generally creating on all of these platforms, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram, is leading to a big need for outsourcing. And this isn't much of a surprise. So, we've kind of gotten to this point as video consumers and content consumers where it's very easy to spend 2-3 hours at night scrolling through short form video. So what does this tell me? Well, obviously, a 64,000% boost in shorts editing means that there's a huge influx of YouTube content creators looking for editors. And the reason this is YouTube has released shorts, I think it was about a year ago. A lot of content creators were reluctant to get on board. There were a lot of purists, a lot of OG YouTubers who were really gung-ho about sticking to long-form content. And I was one of them. But lo and behold, here we are a year later. Shorts are a regular part of my content rotation, even though they don't pay you nearly as much as long form video. So what this number tells me as a YouTuber is this is a result of all of the YouTubers who are finally getting around to adding short form content into their rotation, turning to sites like Fiverr to help automate the process. It takes a lot of time to go through your content library and chop up clips from your existing long form content to create into shorts. So there's a huge market for that. And it makes sense that the market is bigger than Instagram or TikTok managers, simply because there's a lot of people who have legacy YouTube content that need to be chopped up and made into shorts. So looking at this, if you're a video editor, or better yet, if you're not a video editor, but you're willing to learn, editing shorts is something that you can learn. There's obviously a difference going from good to excellent Mr. Beast quality editing, but there are cheap tools available on iPad like LumaFusion. DaVinci Resolve is totally free. It's a powerful editor available on PC and Apple. You can learn relatively quickly. And the best part about learning how to edit shorts is there are so many videos out there that you can learn from. Yeah, so that's number one. I think that this is probably going to continue just based on the sheer number of people who access YouTube. So I put out a video a little while ago talking about how many people watch YouTube every month. There's like 2.5 or 2.4 billion monthly users. If there's that many users, there's a demand for content. Shorts are new. Shorts are going to keep becoming a regular part of people's content rotation. Jump on the bandwagon. I think this is a trend that has legs to get you paid for quite a while, years even. All right, so next, obviously, had to do with AI. So the category, the trend was integrating AI tools. So this is interesting. This isn't just, using AI to generate stuff. It's integrating it, meaning implementing into other existing processes. So I'm just going to read a bit of the blurb. So as businesses become aware of new opportunities to advance through AI, searches for AI related services on Fiverr skyrocket. Obviously, the number of searches for ChatGPT in the last 6 months were comparable to searches for Facebook and high demand searches as product design. So that means, people are perking their ears up to AI. So companies are looking for freelance experts skilled in using specific generative AI tools. As a result, searches for things like Jasper, generate Jasper, an AI content generation platform for business, exceeded those typically high volume searches such as TikTok video and custom logo. That's crazy to hear. Logo design is obviously the biggest category on Fiverr. The fact that people are searching for Jasper means they're probably buying refined AI tools like Jasper that integrate GPT technology into a suite of business tools. They need admins to help run these tools for their businesses. So that's very interesting. Generally AI as a search word boosted by 1100%. AI art. So this is interesting. I think this is interesting because I'd be curious to know what type of people are searching for AI art, because instead of hiring someone, you could just buy a subscription. So I'd be curious to dig into that one a little bit more. Hopefully Fiverr puts out some more data, or maybe I could just read this second part. So yeah, people are looking for skilled freelance developers to build custom AI solutions. So this could be people looking to integrate things like ChatGPT or the GPT-4 technology into back-end systems to supercharge or sell their own solutions. And app development. So people are trying to jump on the bandwagon. This was a very similar trend, like what I saw when NFTs were popping off in cryptocurrency. People were turning to Fiverr to try to secure their piece of the pie by hiring people to make their own products to sell. So if you're someone who's familiar with AI or a bit of a programmer, this could be super lucrative for you. You could strike while the iron's hot and sell your services to help a bunch of different companies stand up different AI-powered solutions, either for their business or to sell to make money for their business. And then the third category, or the trend that popped off, was keeping consumers shopping small. So while the full impact of the global economic downturn remains uncertain, there are signs consumers have become more price conscious and are cutting back on spending. So for small business owners and online retailers, this means sharpening their marketing strategy to keep customers shopping, even when wallets are tight. So navigating a challenging market, business owners are looking for experts to help them tailor their strategies on platforms like Etsy and Shopify. So searches for freelancers with expertise as strategists and managers on these platforms saw a major uptick as business owners look for guidance on how to draw in new and retain existing customers. So this is very interesting. I talked about this in a recent video. Etsy sales and Etsy digital planners. Etsy sales got a 5,300% boost, and Etsy digital planners got a 2,300% boost. This is interesting because, like I mentioned recently, Etsy is not just a place to sell arts and crafts. People are leveraging that platform to sell micro products, digital courses, PDFs, white papers, things that they've created that they want to sell, because Etsy does have a relatively low service fee. And it's also a place where, if you're typically someone who sells on your website and you do traditional Facebook marketing or things like that, Etsy is a place where I think there are a lot of more budget conscious buyers, people looking to buy DIY, people to buy stuff that's a little bit cheaper than, going to your traditional brick and mortar. So by, turning to Etsy, they might be opening the door to an entirely new market that they never really had before for selling their products. So that's interesting. If you run an Etsy store or you have familiarity, scaling an Etsy business, this could be insanely lucrative for you because, like the report mentions, if spending or people are getting a little bit more, tight on the wallet because of the economy and things like that, people who'd never have sold on Etsy before might look to it as an additional revenue stream for their business. And like any business owner, if your revenues start dropping, you need to find ways to boost it in other places. If they're turning to Etsy and looking at it like a long-term part of their business strategy, you could probably secure some long-term, pretty high-paying clients if you're able to show them some results. And then obviously Shopify Manager. So, this goes for anyone who's already selling online, businesses who might have had it easy over the last 4 or 5 years earlier in the pandemic might be noticing that their stores aren't performing as well as they used to. So hiring a Shopify manager who can kind of build a new go-to-market strategy, maybe do a rebrand, or maybe work on a new pricing model to help move products out the door could be in high demand. So I find this very interesting. The AI one, not a surprise at all. Short form content for me, as someone who's very in the loop with YouTube, I kind of saw this one coming, and I think I've been mentioning, YouTube thumbnails and editing as a really hot gig for a while now. But this one is interesting. Keeping shopping, or consumers keeping shopping small. That kind of speaks towards maybe a little bit more of a long tail trend that might persist as long as it takes for the global economy to bounce back. Now, country data. This is a really cool part. So it breaks down data based on 7 of Fiverr's core markets. So for Australia, accounting and finance was, the most noticeable boost with 1,700%. That could signal that businesses are looking for tax experts to help them cut costs and, maximize their returns come tax time, right? Money saved is essentially money earned in your business if you have to pay less taxes. So accountants or financial analysts who can help companies build a more efficient business model, high demand, AI obviously, and then YouTube video script writer. So this one kind of goes back to that first main trend with shorts. People are turning to YouTube to make money. I've said this for a while. It is the best platform for content creators looking to make money. So tap into that, people from Australia. All right, our German friends, AI standard, Shopify kind of in line with the main thing. And then online course content. So, courses, that's interesting that courses are making a little bit of a comeback back in Germany. People have been pushing courses online for a while now. So that again might be a similar indicator as the one we saw in the last slide where people are turning to Etsy. People might be monetizing and repackaging their content into courses in Germany to try to boost revenue in one way or another. All right, in France, wow, website creation is up. That's interesting. So that's a skill set a lot of people already have. If you speak French or in France, could be something to dive into. AI, again, Flutter developer. I have no clue what that is, but hey, it's up 577. All right, Israel, AI, big one again. PowerPoint presentation design. Wow. So I mentioned this about a year ago in a video that could be a great service to offer. And my thinking was you would offer that in a way where you're packaging it for people doing a specific thing, like maybe a startup who needs a beautiful PowerPoint designed for a pitch where they're trying to pitch to investors or new hires or trying to recruit talent or partners. That's an interesting one that I think is accessible to everyone. PowerPoint's very widely accessible, easy to get your hands on. And there are a ton of courses online to learn how to get good with it. And then audio transcript from French. So that is interesting too. Netherlands, AI art, 4,200%. YouTube voiceovers, that's interesting. So that goes in line with shorts. A lot of shorts nowadays have that style where it's a voiceover over some B-roll or stock footage. That's interesting. And then shorts, yet again. All right, United Kingdom, AI is topping. And just like Australia, accounting and finance. So accountants, analysts, if you can help businesses either, plot their path forward through building data models or analyzing, their existing data, great. Or accountants who can help people find, convenient tax loopholes. Can make some money there. And then again, website development, not as big as in France, but it's up there. And lastly, US, probably the biggest market. Wow, claymation. That's like when you animate a video with like little clay characters and it's like stop motion, up 18,000%. So wow, maybe that's an indication in itself of what a lot of big YouTubers are leaning into for new style of YouTube videos moving forward. I have no clue, but that is very interesting to me. Claymation, AI standard, and then brand identity design. So that's interesting. And that kind of aligns with, all of the other trends we've noticed with, businesses essentially looking to tap into people tightening their wallets, people not spending as much. Brand identity design, maybe creating a new brand identity or new business model, new direction based on a new brand to help attract bigger clients or attract new markets to their business. Wow. Very interesting stuff. So guys, I hope this was helpful. There's a link down below. If you have any questions about this stuff, let me know. We can chat about it. But yeah, interesting times are upon us. Things are changing on Fiverr, kind of for the better. There's a lot of predictable trends that I think this report is identifying. So yeah, hopefully you can use them to make some more money for yourself. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers, guys.